come have a seat right here. Good morning. I have a book today. It's called The Shepherds Went with Haste. Good morning. Do you like books? Yeah, that's a good thing, huh? Long ago in the land of Israel, a little dog was born. His mother and father were shepherd dogs and could run very fast. But do you know what? When the little dog was born, he had a hurt leg. And it made it really hard for him to be a good shepherd's dog. In fact, someone took him and they were going to give him away because he couldn't be out in the fields with the sheep. It was too hard for him on his leg. A girl named Mary came and saw Haste. She said, "Oh, I see you have a leg that's not working." She picked him up and she said, and the shepherd said, "His name is Haste. He needs a home." Which one do you think is Haste? Anything? The white and dark one? Could be. Yeah, he's holding his paw up, huh? I wonder what's going to happen with Haste. So Haste went to live with a girl named Mary. Wow, do you think he liked that? I think he would too. He got to be nice and warm for a change. And look, every day he played with Mary. But one day, an angel came to Mary. And the angel said, "You're going to have a baby. And the baby will be special." Who do you think that is? What do you think? Jesus, I think you're right. The angel also came. Well, first Mary went to see her friend Elizabeth, and she told her friend too. And look, Haste went with them. Can you imagine what that must have been like? How do you think Haste liked that? You think he liked that because you think they're going on an adventure? I think you're right. Because look what happened. One day, Mary and Joseph had to go somewhere. Do you remember where they had to go? Where'd they have to go? To an adventure? Absolutely to an adventure. Where else? Where? Bethlehem. They went to the town of Bethlehem. That's where their adventure started, huh? Yeah, and look, there's the donkey. Do you see the donkey? There's a donkey. Yeah, there's going to Bethlehem. And Haste got to go with them. Oh, they're on their way, and finally, in the distance, they could see Bethlehem. But you know what? Haste had his hurt leg, and he couldn't keep up. He got lost. That must have been really hard, huh? Then he heard a sound. He was wandering around, and he heard a sound, and the sound was, "Ba, ba." Haste went to where the sound was because he knew what it was like to be with the sheep. Do you see? Look at that doggy. He's going to see. And look, there's an angel in the sky, and the angels came to talk to the doggy and the shepherds. What do you think the angel said to the shepherds? Some of you might know. What do you think?
I think all the dogs are going to the dog place.
Yep, all the dogs are going to the dog place. So what do you think he might have said? I think you're right. The angel told the shepherds to go to Bethlehem and worship Jesus. Look, all the sheep are going to Bethlehem. Grown-ups, did you ever think about all those sheep following the shepherds to see? Neither did I, till I read this book. Look at them. There must have been quite a bit, huh? Yeah. And look, where did Haste end up? He ended up in the manger with baby Jesus. He was keeping baby Jesus warm. Do you see that? Yeah. And when Haste got up in the morning, his leg didn't hurt anymore, and he could use it. So he got to go with the shepherds and take care of the sheep after Mary and Joseph left. That was a really good idea, huh? And look, Haste always remembered when he could keep the baby Jesus warm. What did you like best about this story? Think for a minute. What was the part that you thought was good? I think he liked keeping him warm. I think you're right. When he what? Yep, I think you're right. Thank you for listening. You can go back and have a seat. You know what? Before you go, I have a coloring page for you. Here's a picture of the shepherds. There isn't Haste in it, but maybe you could put him in. Are you making a sheep noise? Is that what sheep say? Ba, ba, ba. They do. Would you like a color page too? There you go. Thank you. Good job. You know, I thought it was interesting too, reading this story because it's so radically different from most of the stories that we hear. But it made me realize that when we give children the opportunity to think this way, it leads to how they think about God and God's creativity and God's work in the world. And I wonder what it does for us if we take the opportunity to think about who else was in that stable. Was there a dog in the stable? I don't know, there were shepherds. And we get our sheepdogs from the sheepdogs that started in the Middle East. I actually researched that. So I thought, well, there might have been a dog in the stable. Who knew? When we give children the opportunity to think about things in a different way, it expands their way of thinking and it expands how they see a story. But it does the same thing for us. I wonder what that first Christmas really looked like. I wonder what it was like to be Mary and Joseph and have this baby in the stable and wonder what's next. I wonder if they were afraid or worried. I wonder what they carried with them from that experience for the rest of their lives. Was it the star in the night? Some of the stories say that there were angels singing. I wonder if they carried the song of the angels in their head. So I want to invite us too to allow ourselves the space to be imaginative. The author gave the name of this dog in the story. She said his name was Haste. And the shepherds went with Haste. So I thought, you know, it's good to have something that reminds us of different ways of being in the world and reminds us about how God works and how we have that amazing gift of creativity in us. Thanks be to God. Amen. I invite you to stand for the affirmation of faith.